Hello, virtual world lovers! Welcome to Second Life by Loff, where I use my 15 years diverse experience in Second Life to help make your life easier, faster, and cheaper. Today we're going to talk about business in Second Life. I'm going to list the main business. This is a result of 19 years since 2003, a result of an evolution, natural selection like successes, failures, what people buy, what people don't buy. Some projects close, some projects open, just like in real life. This is a fruit of a long evolution on the only established, real, matured, fully fledged metaverse called Second Life. We just don't use those silly glasses. Audio Quest 2 can be used in Second Life, but it's not appropriate for that. But it can be used. So I'm not going to talk about all the business because Second Life is like real life. Everything goes there. Pretty much everything you have in real life you will find in a smaller or larger scale in Second Life. And more. How is it possible? Well, there are guys selling flying dragons. You don't see that in real life. So yeah, everything in real life, as in real life, and more. So yeah, let me give you an idea of the types and subtypes of business you can find in Second Life. This video is not about the jobs of Second Life. I'll do another one about jobs in Second Life where you can be the employee. I'm talking about business. So this is the kind of earning real money way you can use to earn money by yourself or with a group or creating a business. And this is what this video is about. And you will be amazed how diverse Second Life became on all these years. So first we could point the biggest amount of people doing business in Second Life. Most of them are content creators. So they create objects. Most of them are interactive, scripted objects. In Second Life, for all the imaginable applications you can think of. Avatars, so the avatars' bodies, avatars' skins, avatars' shapes, hairs, eyes, tattoos, clothes. Some people sell only shoes or only boots. Some people sell full outfits. Some people sell a bit of everything. And one incredible thing you have in Second Life is all this evolution, all you have available. It's fruit of a hard competition. So there are lots of people selling the same type of products, which means people are competing with each other. So the prices stay low because it's a way of competition, and the products become each time better because people are always trying to improve their products with more things to get leverage over the competitors, and that keeps products evolving, getting better, and prices staying low. Like in real life. What else people sell? People sell things for landscape, for trees, plants, rocks, waterfalls, you name it, grass. People sell things for houses, furnitures, the most incredible variety of furnitures, including things you may think they are not necessary, like toilets. Why are there toilets in virtual worlds? Well, there are. Food, people sell food in Second Life, interactive ways of consuming food for roleplay or for fun. And for the house, well, some people only sell windows, some people sell full houses or villas or complete skyscrapers or medieval houses. So every type of thing that is sold in Second Life is also themed. You can have one guy selling medieval boots, or one guy is selling sci-fi helmets for space exploration, whatever. So it's not only the diversity of goods, but also the diversity of themes for those goods. People sell pets, sell and buy, of course, all kinds of pets, from reality, wild animals, dogs, cats, dolphins, tigers, dragons, rabbits, and we are talking about interactive, fully animated, almost intelligent pets. They have random behavior. They are not just like they're jumping. They interact with you. People sell also animals, not as pets, but as animals too, so you can lay them out in your sim, like flying birds or jumping animals, rabbits, deers, whatever you can think of. And people also sell decorative items, like any kind of decorative items you have in a house. It's sold in Second Life, including paintings, photographs, pictures, so you hang in the wall, interact, or any kind of interactive gadget you can imagine, toys. So it's incredible. So content creation, it's one of the biggest markets in Second Life. That's one of the biggest business in Second Life, and it can go in two different ways or mixed. Some creators, they sell only on the Second Life web market page, and there you have a cut that is taken for Linden Labs. It's not too much, but there's a cut taken for Linden Labs on each sale you do. As you know, Second Life, you can put money in and take money out from Second Life for real money. So this is real business I'm talking about. And people can also have an in-world store. So they can have both, and they can sell the same products in-world, in a physical store, or in the web page market, or only on the web page market, or only in the world, however you want. Whatever you sell in world, it's straight to the avatars. They buy it from you. You get the money. You don't have any cut going to Linden Labs. So it's like a circular economy. The money doesn't go away because somebody buys you something for 10,000 lindens. You can spend those 10,000 lindens with a band to do a concert in your show, and the band gets the 10,000 lindens and can spend them buying guitars for their own. And the guy who sells the guitars still has 10,000 lindens. There's no cuts going to, so it's circular economy. It's a great thing in Second Life. The decision on selling or not in world or only on the web market page, it depends. If you're selling only on the web page of Second Life, which is a massive, everybody looks for it. I buy a lot there, and everybody buys a lot from there. When you sell in the web market page, it's easier to find what you're looking for, because you don't have to teleport to different stores and walk around the stores and see what you have, what you don't have. You have a thorough search. You can even open pages for the same type of products from different creators, compare the features. So it's very fast. It's just browsing. Sometimes it's get a bit laggy and time consuming, like going from store to store to try to find what you have. So yeah, the advantage of having items in world, although sometimes people can find, for example, a house they like on the web page market, and then there's a link for the house in world, so they check and they find it easily browsing on the web page market, but they want to visit the house before they buy it, because some types of items you may not need to have them in world for people to check them out. They see what they need to see in the web market and they decide for the purchase. But you can also include videos in the web market and loads of photos about your product. But for example, buying a house is not just about looking at pictures of that house. It's good to go there and check the house, open the doors, interact with the house, see how spacious it is or not, how things really are inside the house, and then you decide to buy it. So there is an advantage. Besides, you don't get a cut going to Linden Labs, so all the money is for you. Besides that, it's also good. But when you are selling in world, you need a store, and that store needs a land, and you are paying a rent for a land, which sometimes is not very much. You may not need a huge store to sell stuff. Well, there is also a very interesting feature, which is people who is, for example, houses, can be other big things. People who sell houses, they don't need a huge land. They have a small land, and they have a vendor where people see pictures from the different houses. You can even be checking them in the web market page, and then you select them from that vendor. and temporarily you click in res, and that house reses for you to check it out. And then you want to see another house, you go back to the vendor, you delete that one, and you res another one. So you can check different types of houses on a small portion because it's one at a time. It's amazing. It's incredible. So yeah, that's pretty much the one of the biggest business in Second Life: content creation, content consumption. And now we're going to talk about land. Okay, many people do their business with land. You have the big landowners. There are several of them. So they have loads and loads of full regions, full sims. They pay to Linden Labs to have them, and then they sublet them to you, which is what I do. Not what I do. I am a consumer of that. He is alive. He's in a sim called Taylor, and I'm paying that landowner that owns lots of islands. Because they own loads of islands, and because some of them have old islands with legacy prices, you can manage to have a full sim rented to a big landlord and pay less than you pay to Linden Labs. Because when you check the prices of full sims from Linden Labs, you have to take in account there is 20% on the setup fee and 20% tax on each month you pay. Okay, and if you compare them, I have a video about it, check it out. It's cheaper buying from landlords. But you can also be a single landlord, like you just, for example, me, I am a single landlord, like I pay to that big landlord for my whole region. It's cheaper than paying to Linden Labs. And then I subdivide some areas of my sim, if he's alive, and I rent some parcels for houses, for homes, for clubs. So you can have that business, one sim or two, or you can scale up later, but you can be just renting land, but not in a massive business way. Just your sim. You can even use half your sim for your fun stuff and whatever you want to do there for entertainment and for your friends. And only half of the sim it's used for business purpose, renting to others. Homes, clubs, stores, galleries, whatever people want to use those parcels for. Clubs, cafes, bars, and schools. And you get some money from there, which will help you pay for the sim, and you can have fun with your sim. So yeah, land rentals, it's a huge business in Second Life. Then you have the venue owners, okay, venue owners. Some people concentrate all their business on one venue. Either they are one of those guys who rent a parcel from me, a club or a store, or from any other person, or they go find a tiny little parcel or whatever size they need. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter where the store is. Can be in mainlands, and they find their plot of land for the size they need, and they build their venue, which can be a art gallery where they can be stores. It can be a club, it can be a brothel with escorts and strip bar. What else can they have? Well, they can have pretty much any type of venue you find in real life. And they have that venue, and somehow they monetize that venue. They can do concerts and charge for the concerts, or they can have lots of things for free and rely on tips from users that use their venue, or they can have a mix, like they have concerts and they have like some stuff for sale in some vendors. So it's venues, okay? Like the business is not renting land, the business is getting your tiny little land, and then in there you buy a venue and you develop your business there. It can be offices where you provide services, for example. So it can be a mall, for example. You can have a whole mall and you sub-rent to others, for example. And then other type of business. This is more like you have groups, you have bands, and you have single artists, which are performers. It's a business. It's not a job in a technical way, because they are their own bosses. So it's an independent contractor. So they are not employees, okay? They own themselves. Some of them, they have agents, but that's all. They don't have a boss. So they are self-made bands, group, or single artists. and you have everything. You have dancers, you have strippers, you have singers, you have piano players, DJs, guitar players, and it's done. DJs is an amazing. There is an amazing scope of DJs because they are always required to act, and those people, they can have their own bar, but usually they jump from bar to bar, from business to business. They can have an agent that takes care of that, of scheduling, or they themselves can be scheduling, and they arrange to have a good wallet of a good portfolio of club owners or venue owners that keeps every week is requiring for their service, and they schedule it, and they are jumping from bar to bar or from stage to stage or wherever they are needed. So performers, artists, that's it. Then you have, we could include here also fashion models, like girls or men. They are models. They are required for some fashion shows, and they are self-employed. Okay, they are independent workers that are called to different types, and usually there are agents that keep track of the venue owners. Either it's a club or a fashion store or whatever they do the events. And those agents are the middleman between the owners and the providers of the events or the concerts or whatever, and they make the bridge between the artists, etc. It also happens, so it's also a business, being an agent. Then you have people, for example, that their skills and their business is not about creating content. It's about getting content you need and putting it all together. Building a sim, even a simple nature sim, to be well done, with fine taste, with realistic, elaborate details. Some sims may take months to be built, and you can have a guy who builds your sim as you wish. Like you probably will discuss a lot before you start up, and you pay him to build your sim, and he is taking care of everything. He's getting stuff. Of course, there's a budget because he needs to buy probably specific stuff for your sim. And sometimes you have people that are just about decorating. They decorate your house or your garden or house and garden or your venue. So it can be a whole sim that you hire them to build and arrange and decorate, or it can be just a small parcel of land. They'll take care of it. And there are many. I mean, we're not talking about just a guy or a girl who's going to do a little bit better than you. There are genius people. It's just like in real life. There are works of arts, and that money is really well spent. Money and time, because you are saving loads of days and months sometimes when you get somebody else to do the work for you. So that's also a very important business in Second Life. There are some content creators that sell a whole sim, all pre-done, okay? But that's not customized. It's a whole sim. It's like that. You check the photo. It's like a product. You check the photos, you like it, you buy it, and it's right there for you to start using, and you can modify stuff, of course. So I told you about venues, builders, agents. Yes, you can have agents for escorts, you can have agents for singers, for performers, for bands, for models. You have agents for everything. You can also separate the role of agents with the role of hosts. Like you have people they are hosts. In this case, I'm not talking about employee. They are not employed by one club. Okay, they are hosting in several clubs, and they are required because they are public relations. They are great PRs, and they have loads of followers and contacts and groups and shit. And when you want to do something, you pay them, and you know you're gonna get a full house if that's what you want, because they will provide that. They will publicize, market your event or your regular events, and they'll do a pretty good job bringing people into it. And that can also mean you are attracting people to events, and you have rentals and they come to the events, but they can check your stores or your rentals, and you get more business done like that. So yeah, hosts, agents, you get the picture. Then you pretty much find some business around very specific things, just like in real life. For example, I discover there are jobs as niche and as crazy, especially for people who like to role play. There are there are doctors, clinics that will follow the pregnancy, the virtual pregnancy of an avatar, and they will do regular checks, and the big day of the child being birthed, they are there to take care of everything. It's a full role play with everything, animations, interactions, a voice, whatever you, music, photos, movies. Another business which is that would be more of a general business, not a niche business, is also people who do photos for you. They will photograph whatever you want, an event or your land or sim or business. And machinima, which is video, and they not only go and make a video about your sim or your venue or your store or your events, not only they will do it, as they will edit it properly in a very professional way with music, dynamic, like a commercial video for whatever you want. So that's also a good business doing that. And then, I don't know, for example, waitresses. There are people who like to role play and birthdays or any kind of party. They want to go into a sim where there is a club or a restaurant, a special one, and there is people there serving them, and they tip the waitress. So it's like it's another type of business you have. You can also consider a business job center. I don't think it's a very widespread successful area, but it exists, like job centers. That's more based in ads. Like there's a special place where you have the ads, okay? But yeah, people can do business around that. They can have a huge place where all the ads are together, and that can be your single business. Can be your business. Like you got like. There are lots of places for ads, but imagine you create a niche like ads only about education. Whoever has any service or wants to consume any service about education or art, only those can use your ad boards. And you have a place only for those. And your leverage is you're not getting into everyone's interests, you are in a niche. But probably you'll be the one guy who has most of all the educational services ad boards all put together in one place. That's a plus. That's a big advantage. And everyone would find those ad boards, two of them in one place, one of them in another place. And they know when they go to your place, all the ads, all the community, it's there. So you have the full picture for ad boards about education services or about escorts, for example. Because most people use ads on their sims also to get a little bit of income, which is easy to put an ad board if your sim has some movement, some traffic, and people walking around. It's advantages for people who wants to put ads to go on your land and check an ad, and they use it. And it's an income for you. But you can use that as a business. So your place is only about ads, and it's a niche, it's specialized. Or it has several areas and several themes if it's a really big place. Also very interesting. And then, well, you can pretty much imagine all types of business you can do. I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you the most important ones, categorized by areas. Teaching, I think most of the teaching in Second Life is not made as a business. Most of it is non-profit. That's why teaching But I'm pretty sure you have places where people can teach you how to build or teach you how to do movies or how to photograph, and it's also a business, and you pay for them to teach you. Of course, there will be. I'm not inside every single business there is in Second Life, precisely because it's so huge and so diverse. But pretty much you get a good picture here on what types of business you can get yourself into, not as an employee. Okay, this is not about jobs, but as someone who wants to start a business. And the good thing about starting a business in Second Life is that you can start small, and if it starts to get successful, you can scale up. Okay. And also you can start a huge business that can be really successful and give you a real money, real income, monthly income, just as in real life. It's not easy. It's not easy. Okay, it's like in real life when you start a business, and it's not easy. There are competition. You get to spread the word and spread the brand and get people to trust you and develop a customer amount, so enough for you to get a living. But just like in real life, is how it works. But there is marketing, there are agencies, there are outboards, there are classifieds, there are searches, there are many ways for you to promote your. There are extra Second Life, extra in world forums, Facebook groups, whatever you can, Instagram, whatever. Flickr is where most of people from Second Life throw their photos. And Instagram and all of that, you can imagine. You can do videos for TikTok and for YouTube, like I do, for example. So yes, there's a whole scope of places where you can publicize and promote your business inside Second Life, directed to people who is already using Second Life, preferably on that niche. But one very important thing, great thing about business in Second Life is that you can start a whole store or a whole business, and you can be there for 2 months, like checking if you can make it, and if you start to having success, and if in the end you find out you made some mistakes, because sometimes it's not the business you choose, it's the way you drive that business, or the way or where you publicize it or not, or the decisions you make, just like in real life. So sometimes there are many reasons why a business can be successful or fail. Competition is one of the biggest things you must take care. So you gotta check out what other people that sell the same service or products that you are selling, what they have, and how can you make your own service or products different or special or with some leverage. It's not only about being cheaper. Sometimes you can even be more expensive, but you offer A, B, C, D more than the other guys. Sometimes it can be a special customer service, whatever. So it takes time. But the good thing is you can start a whole crazy business, any of these business I told you, and if you fail, you have lost, in the worst case scenario, you have lost $100 real money. You can start business with $20 and wait for it to be successful, and then only when you have income, you will spend more. So you can develop a whole business with $20, $50, $100, and that's enough to have a huge land with huge stuff as a startup, of course. As time goes by, if you're using land, you're gonna start paying fees. But anyways, you can have a 3, 4, 6 month trial period, startup period, and the maximum you spend was $100 or $200, and I'm talking about 6 months testing your business. And you can change, you can pivot, or you can reconstruct your business. So that's very important, because like opening a restaurant that will fail in Second Life, maybe you wasted $50 or $100 if it's a huge restaurant. If you open a restaurant in real life and you failed, you probably lose your house, your car, or if you have savings, you lost them all. So we're talking about $500,000 for a business like that, or a store, or a mall, or whatever. So you can imagine. But the good thing is, like, you are risking okay, how an average you are risking $100. You can do any type of business and start with a few months with $100. Okay, it can be more expensive, but $100 will take you far away in business world in Second Life. And if you are successful, you can start making a real living from it. The thing is, in real life, if you don't manage to make a real living from your business, you probably wasted $500,000 or $200,000 in your business. And so the risk is much less, but the rewards can be as good as in real life. But it's just not like, okay, I'll snap my fingers, I'll build my store, I'll sell this shit, everybody's gonna start buying, and I'm gonna get rich in 2 months. It doesn't happen like that. Although you can be creative, you can be a small genius, or you can be a master in marketing, just like in real life. Many startups sell complete shit, but the way they sell it and the way they bring it to the people, it's an incredible success, and they make millions. So you can be lucky, and in 1 week you find out you are on the right track and you're making real good money. I remember the story of a guy. I don't remember his name. It was like 10 years ago. He was talking in voice to our group. It was a meeting or something about education or whatever. And I love to hear his story, and he was honest, and his friends and people who knew they were there, so you could check everything on his profile, and he was being honest because many people were following him from the start, and he became a famous DJ. And the guy said, man, I've been around Second Life and learned the skills of being a DJ and really improved the way I was a DJ, because he was also a DJ in the beginning in real life. I mean, he was not one of those famous world DJ, but he was doing his living as a DJ in real life, and he was also doing it in Second Life, because like pretty much you can draw a parallel line on what you have to do as a DJ in real life and in Second Life. Is not that different. There are, of course, several differences, but it's not that different. So one morning he woke up, he just took some coffee, and he said, bloody hell, I'm doing more money in Second Life for the last 4 months than I did in real life. He was a real good DJ in Second Life. He was being booked by everyone, and there was waiting lists for some, like for Saturdays or for some week hours, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. is a very sought out, a very used hours for shows and concerts in Second Life. And there's another great thing in Second Life, like it's the world there. Everyone is there. 200 countries at least, the last time they checked. So like imagine you have your country, your time. Well, it's your country time, okay? I know there's a name for that. So you have your time. I hate when I forget a word. I will remember suddenly. So it's like you're doing stuff. You are from New York, and you want to do stuff for people who lives in London, and it's different time. Time zones, fucking time zones, different time zones. But there's always someone who's gonna be on your time zone. And if you like to work early morning, maybe in other countries that's evening, and that's great for them because it's one they need a DJ. So that's great. So yeah, it's another good aspect of Second Life. It's like all the time zones are there, but you have to be careful about that when you plan things, because don't count only with people on your time zone. You can be losing many customers or many visitors or many attendants to your events who are from other time zones. So you got to think a little bit about that. Europe and United States and Australia, everyone's there. And Japan and whatever. China, of course. So yes, it's much less risky to do a business in Second Life. And it can be equally rewarding as real life. Are there people making millions in Second Life? There are people who make more than $1 million per year in Second Life. It's a few of them, like 5 or 6. and you have loads of people, not everyone of course, but you could say you have around 10% of Second Life users that manage to do more than $10,000 per month in Second Life. But you have all the other millions, you have all the other users that are trying to sell stuff, trying to be DJs. Maybe you can do half income. I mean, if you do 500, we are talking profit, okay? It's like when you make money, it's not everything is for you. You have to pay your expenses, the land, or if you have hired people, whatever. So you have to pay for it. You even have to pay for your internet at your house to access Second Life. So, but there are. Imagine you do a profit after all the expenses. Imagine your profit per month is $500. It's not bad. It's like a part time. I mean, it's not. It doesn't. It's not enough for a living, but maybe you can reduce your real life working hours and have fun at home in your pajamas doing something in Second Life and earning $500. Passive income. There's no such thing as passive income. Not in Second Life, not anywhere. That's crazy, man. That's you have a few millionaires that could have some trusty managers. But even those, if they are really good businessmen, they are always worried and taking care of their business. There's no such thing as passive income. But some business requires you to be there all the time, and other business do not require you to stay on top of it all the time. But whatever you're doing, renting land, selling services, selling products, whatever content, whatever you're doing in Second Life, you always have to come at least once a day if you have a serious business in Second Life. I mean, you can handle a business and be like 2 days without showing up, but more than that, I wouldn't, and preferably daily and several times a day, because there's always customer service, there's always things you have to deal with. Even if you go into a subsystem where you have your own managers and you hire people to take care of your business, even though there will be issues you have to deal with your team, at least daily, if not daily, like from 3 days, each 3 days, you gotta go there. So there's no such thing as passive income. And there's no such thing as crypto Ponzi fucking bullshit, like you start a business in Second Life and in 1 month you are doing $10 million. That's bullshit. That doesn't happen in crypto either. That's what I want you to believe. But in Second Life economy is around utility, okay? Like, I want to buy a plane to fly in my sim, and I will find planes that will cost me $3 real money, $5. And if some crazy guy wants to sell a plane for $1,000, there are 10 stores where I can go and I say, fuck you, man, these guys are selling even better planes than yours, or as good as yours, and they are selling it for $5. I'm going to take these ones, because they will be there selling their planes for $5 or even $3. They're great flying planes, because Second Life economy is like in real life. It's based in utility, and they know many people buy planes, and they know if they sell 10 planes per day or per week, they are making a cool money in Second Life. And if they don't do it, their neighbor will do it. It's like real life. Like, the value of things is based in utility. People need houses. Building houses is always a good business. It's easy? No. Loads of competition, loads of people building extremely beautiful houses, okay? So it's a very tough market, but it's a nice market. But you can buy a house for $5 in Second Life, because there are loads of people. You can find 30 great, perfect creators selling houses, and they are competing with each other, and they lower the prices and they improve the houses. They want to be better and make more business. It's like real life. It's not a guy who goes there and, I bought these lands like Snoop Dogg, and the next month I'm going to sell it for $1 million. Actually, Second Life is so great. This is a bit stupid, but Second Life is so complete. They have such a great vision. that if you like speculation, you can be a speculator in Second Life. There is a place where you can be a speculator. Mainland, in mainland, you have the advantage you don't have to be like you can be a premium member. You can be a premium member. You only pay your premium membership, $19. I think it's less. The basic one is around $11 per month if you pay a whole year or whatever. I don't even remember. Now you have the plus premium. It doesn't matter. If you are a premium member, you are entitled to own inside Second Life on their mainland. You are entitled to own a certain piece of land and with a certain size and a certain prim allowance. So the amount of things you can put inside your land. And if you are on mainland and you have a premium account, and if you don't buy a land bigger than the one you are entitled, you can go on paying only the premium, and you don't have to pay a fee for that land, a monthly fee. So people try to go to mainland and get the best spots, like the spots that are right in front of the ocean or a huge lake or in a place where there are several oceans connected, where people can sail, and where they are sure that the ocean in front of them, either it is a public area, a common area, which is owned by Linden. So they are sure in front of their house, at least on the side facing the ocean, or whatever that it's facing, they are sure that nobody can go there by land and build a stupid shit in front of your house and cover all your views. And you have that straight access to a main road or a main river or lake or oceans. So those portions of land where you are sure nobody's gonna cut your views and nobody can build in front of you, they are very searched. And there are people like that size of land, like 1,024 square meters piece of land that can be owned by a premium member without paying monthly fee, because they are entitled to 1,024 land. Usually that land will cost you like $5 or whatever once, and then you don't have to pay anymore. And the guys who find land on those spots, they can be selling that land for like $10,000. And if you are crazy enough and you want to have your premium piece of land there, in a precious place that you know nobody's going to spoil around you, so there is speculation. Which I consider, and there is even more expensive plots. And you can have a crazy guy who says, oh, these are the famous 4 oceans where everybody can sail. This is connected to one of the oldest areas of Linden Labs. I want to have a house there facing the ocean, direct contact to the ocean. I get my boat and I'm in the common area ocean. Nobody's going to build around me. And they can value that, and they can pay $5,000 for that just once. And you're getting $5,000 for a land that cost you like $5. So it can happen, or even speculators can play a bit around that, which I think is totally stupid, because if I had $10,000 or $5,000 to pay for a tiny piece of land, for those reasons I explained it, they are so special and rare, because most of land you found, it's between neighbors and crazy shit going on in mainland. So those type of situations are really rare. Even if I value that, if I had $5,000 to spend, I'll go buy a full SIM, and like $5,000 will pay for your full SIM like for 1 year or more. So that's ridiculous. But sometimes people don't want to have their own SIM. They don't know how to build, or they don't have the time or patience, and they don't want to take care of a SIM. They just want their house with a spot in a perfect spot, rarest perfect located spot, because they know there is a community there and everybody's cool there, and they want to be on that area. So it happens. So even speculation has its own tiny little market, but you don't need to get involved with that because everything is based in utility and value. And if you start, like, if everyone is charging, it's like real life, if everyone is charging $3.5 for excellent dresses, and you're going to charge $10 for dresses you build, you create, you better have a great leverage above those competitors, because everyone else is going to look at your dresses and say, these dresses are just like the other ones, $10, 3.5, I'm going to buy the other ones. So that's like in real life. It's competition. Like you cannot sell hot dogs for $1,000 a piece, like in real life. So that's it. Economy based in utility, business based in utility. Long videos. I promised myself I'm going to do short videos. I cannot manage to do them. If you found this useful, the purpose of this video is not so much to teach you how to do business. It's just it's to highlight and to showcase and to show you how diverse, complete, and interconnected the economy is in Second Life, and how rich and how filled with endless possibilities Second Life is for your business. You can always try to do business that are already in Second Life, and you can do it in totally different ways, because you have 1,000 tools, 1,000 ways to market, to build it, to offer it, to rule, to structure your business. There are 1,000 tools, 1,000 ways you can do it, just like in real life. So you can always be creative, genius, innovative, even doing things people have been doing in Second Life since 2003, since it was born and released to the public. You can do the same exact things in a different way and be innovative in the way you do them, or you run the business, or you sell stuff. So, but yeah, you can also bring new stuff that doesn't exist. And another very important thing before I finish, it's something that I love in Second Life. You cannot say, okay, if you go to Second Life, you can do, okay, it's a long list of business, yes, it's very diverse, many possibilities, but let's list it all, let's be elaborate. You can do this, a long list of business, checking everything, but then you cannot do this. No, there are no's. There are not no's in Second Life. Like, you can always show up, anyone can show up and bring something new, a new product, a new way to combine products, a new service, or a totally innovative way of doing the same business has been done by others. So there's an evolution in Second Life. That's what's so great about Second Life. Just like in real life, there is evolution. Like, you may need something for your business that you cannot get, but maybe next month one guy shows up and finally that store is selling that piece of or product or whatever you needed to integrate in your business and then really make your business complete. So that can happen. Like, it's not stagnated, okay? And then you have synergy. Synergy, I am always giving this example because I think it's a good example. Synergy is this. You have one guy who is very talented in building perfect airplanes. They build everything inside. You can go inside, check the windows. You can. It's a perfect detailed plane outside and inside. A replica of a famous planes, World War II or whatever. But he doesn't know how to make them fly. He's just an expert in building 3D planes. Okay? But he's really good, and you love those planes. You want those planes, but they don't fly. But there are guys who have stores, and their stores only sell engines for vehicles. They sell engines for bikes, engines for cars, engines for helicopters, and engines for planes. And you have several guys with several stores. Okay, there's also a very good system in world of demo. Many of the stuff you will buy, either it's clothes or a house or some utility, there is a demo version you can get first. Usually it's tweaked, it's something you cannot use. You have fully used, but it's like it's a clothes, but there is a huge circle or a huge circle around those clothes you cannot be wearing. Everybody will see, oh, look, that skirt. And all around there's a huge circle saying demo, 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 and you bumping. So they are perfect demos for you to see how they are and if it's what you want. And yeah, you can get demos. But I digress. You can get an engine, a plain engine from that guy. you can get those planes engines, and you can buy the plane from Tony, the engine from John, and you can put it on the plane, and then you yourself, if the engine you bought and if the plane you bought allows it, because there is a system of permissions on what you buy, if you can resell or not, or modify or whatever. I'll do a video about that. And you can put that engine in that plane, and suddenly you have something new. The pieces were already there, but you are the one who did something new. We put those together, and then you have flying planes. And if the permissions of what you bought are the right ones, you can now sell flying planes. Okay, flying planes. And suddenly there's one guy selling beautiful flying planes, because there was one guy doing beautiful planes and one guy doing engines for the planes. The engines is code, is like a note card you put inside stuff. It's called script. It's the code of Second Life. And some scripts you can even modify if they have the right permissions. You always have to check that. And you can even have another girl like Jennifer. She buys planes from you, because you start buying different planes and different engines and selling different planes and engines. And Jennifer see you have 5 beautiful planes flying. She cannot find them anywhere else. And suddenly she says, okay, I'm going to build a whole sim, and I'm going to build an airport, either for my friends and me to have fun, or even people will play to use the airport and just play just a bit to fly the planes. And suddenly, because you are selling those planes, Jennifer can build a whole airport. Or because there are 3 more people like you doing that, with one with you with planes, another guy with helicopters, another guy with the rockets, and suddenly she's building an airport because she's counting on your store, on the other guy's store, and she's building. So this is synergy, okay? It's not like this guy, you want this, buy it here. This guy sell this, you can use. No, you can recombine stuff. When you build a venue, you can build many stuff to bring into your venue to make all the services available. When you build a club, you buy the dance floor from one guy, you buy the dance machine where people can choose dances and be animated from another guy, or even you can buy them from, if this is a person that sells everything for a club. But you look at it, and many people, you can buy the sofas for your club from a different person. So you grab things. You choose your things and you put them together to do your offering, business or fun. Okay, it's been a long video, almost 1 hour, but what can I do? I mean, we are not talking about the metaverse in Roblox. We are not talking about the metaverse in Decentraland. We are not talking about that bullshit. Okay, Roblox is not bullshit, but and Fortnite is not bullshit. But in terms of metaverse, it's just 5 minutes talk. But Second Life, it's here since 2003. It's so complete, so diverse. I hope I helped you not only to know more and better Second Life, but also to inspire you in what type of business or combination of these different business you can get into and risk $20, and who knows, you are rich or you lost $20 or $50. So thanks for listening, and if you appreciate this content, give it a like please, and subscribe me for more crazy stuff about the virtual world, about the metaverse, the only real metaverse, the only in existence.